Greetings, wild ones, wildlings, and indigo brothers and sisters. Welcome to my reality TV, Hollywood Housewives TV show. And I'm going to talk today about how I have been managing my debt. I was actually asked to talk about this sometime last year, and I've been so slack. I kind of like a little bit wishy-washy and get carried away on other topics and forget the important things, which for a lot of people, debt is a real problem, and it has been a big problem for me. And I managed to get out of my debt by organising. First of all, I organised my bills. So like, I used to have a pile of bills, like so many bills, like paperwork, so much paperwork, you know, and I used to have a big pile of like receipts of just like little bills that I would have to pay every week. And what I recommend you do is, if you're in a lot of debt, meaning you've got like debt collectors knocking at your door, excuse the mess, this is my laundry, because this is my Hollywood Housewives reality TV show. So this is my laundry. Look how much laundry I've got. And this is what you can do when you're doing mantras, okay? You can do like go Shreem, Brzee every time you're folding your laundry. This is for like, you know, other housewives at home, or even house husbands that have to do domestic chores. Hum to yourself Shreem, Brzee when you're doing your laundry. But getting back to the topic about how to organise your bills and get on top of them. Now, what I found is that how I got out of a lot of my debt fast, when I had debt collectors knocking on my door because I was behind on payments on things like power, phone, maybe rent. Because what happens is it snowballs. If you start being late on some payments, then they slap on interest, and it just piles up. So what you have to do is you have to face it. So one thing that I struggled with when it got all too much for me, I couldn't face it, and this is what happens to a lot of people who end up snowed under with debt, is they can't face their debt. In the end, it becomes all too much, so they get so much anxiety over it that then they choose to ignore it, forget about it, and it will go away. But what happens is then it gets passed to another debt collector, who then puts on more interest. So you don't want to get to that point. If you can, try and face your debt before it gets to that point. So what I would do, what I did, which helped me, is I got all my bills like this. Okay, a big pile. My pile was bigger than this one actually, and I got them all together, and I picked the lowest one first. So I put them all up, like the lowest amount of smallest amounts owing went to the top of the list, largest ones only went to the bottom, so like 1 to 10. That's and then I would focus on paying so much off a week without fail every week on the first bill, and then I would do the same again on the second bill. So once the first bill was paid in full, then I would work on the second bill. What you could do is you can say to a lot of these debt collectors, you can have an arrangement with them. Some of them might take $5 a week, and you can arrange that you pay a minimum of $5 a week on all your small bills outstanding, and a lot of debt collectors will be reasonable if you're willing to cooperate with them. And you want to get on top of this before it reaches a crisis point where it's got so out of hand, it's like it's beyond a joke, and then maybe the only thing you have left is to go bankrupt. So yeah, get your bills, get the smallest bill, the minimal amount bill on top of the list and tick them off, and ring up the company and start making small payments back until you dwindle it down, because eventually after like 3 months your power bill's going to get paid, the one that's outstanding. After another 3 months you might find you've already cleared at $5 a week your I don't know, your car bill, whatever is outstanding. Now that's how, and then you can start ticking it off. Write it down in a checklist book from 1 to 10, each bill and what you owe. Ring up the company and make a payment plan of the minimal amount that you can afford. Now, while you're doing this, do your mantras. Like I said, if you're at home just doing your chores and housework, do your mantras like I am today. I'm going to be doing that while I'm folding my laundry, because this is motivation for me. This helps me to keep going with my mantras. Now, I know a lot of you got people out there might think, oh God, that's just stupid. Why would I want to do mantras? It's just a sound, and what good is that going to do? Well, we work on vibration and everything is frequency. So you want to be operating on a higher frequency, and this is where mantras help to change your world around you, because it will change your frequency. If you want wealth, then you need to be on the same frequency as the wealth frequency. So you need to be in alignment with that. And if you're not in alignment, meaning that you're in debt, you're broke, you're struggling, you're not in alignment, definitely not, then you need all the help you can get to get there, to change that reality to a more positive one, to a more beneficial one. So the fastest way to do that is to raise your frequency to a wealth frequency, because this world operates on number 1, numbers, number 2, sacred geometry, number 3, frequency. And this is how this world operates. And if you're on a lower vibration, meaning you're on a, it's not a match for wealth. You need wealth to get out of debt. If you're not on a wealth vibration, there's no way you can get out of debt. or raise above a level of prosperity to have a good life. Now, it's all very well and good to say, well, you don't need money and money is evil and money's the root of all evil and we don't need to work and we don't need to have money and we can reject money because that's the evil one. All you're doing is going to end up a beggar on the street with that sort of mentality. It's not helping you or anyone else. Fact is, we live in a world with a monetary system. You could call it a slave system. You can say, oh, I'm a slave and I have to work. Whatever you like, these are the facts. Money is like, it's like your blood currency. Without your blood, you're going to die. It's the same with money. It's a spiritual currency, and to attract more wealth and bring in more opportunities, because it's about opportunities. If you like down and out with no money and you're broke and you've got a whole big pile of bills, you've got debt collectors knocking on your door, you're going to have to do whatever it takes to get out of that situation. So you need to be in alignment with the wealth frequency. This is just fact. And for me, the fastest way to do that has been Shreem, Brzee. So what I would do, as well as organising your bills from 1 to 10, meaning the smallest bill comes first, and then you can start ticking them off the list as you pay them off, minimal amount every week, whatever you can afford. Right on the back of your bill, say thank you for this bill, thank you for the money for this bill, thank you for paying this bill, because gratitude is the key. And also write 108 times Shreem Brzee on the back of every bill you have. And this will raise your vibration to a match to the wealth vibration, prosperity vibration, and it will bring the energy that you need to help you pay that bill back faster. Because what's going to happen is miracles will start to happen in your life. 1, when you show gratitude. 2, when you're in alignment with the wealth frequency, which is doing the mantras, brings you in alignment with the wealth frequency. This will bring opportunities to you. They will just, you know, you might be looking for a job and you may end up with 10 offers after. Some crazy stuff like that will start happening, you know. Your neighbour might offer you a job, or your boss, if you already have a job, will give you a pay rise. There are well documented testimonies all over the internet. You can look anywhere on YouTube and you can see probably hundreds of testimonies of people that have tried this and miracles occur. Why? Because they've raised their frequency. They are now resonating on the wealth frequency, because you have to be a match to that frequency to attract it in your life. And there's no point saying, oh, being wealthy is greedy. Well, it's a fact of life in this world. It's got nothing to do with greed. It's got everything to do with surviving. You either want to have a good life and be able to then go and do your magic spells, going, you know, trips onto the North Pole, or even stuff you want to do, it takes money, doesn't it? So, you know, it pay to get off that trip. That wealth is greedy, because you're never going to get it if you hate it. You're never going to get the power you need to do what you want to do in this life. And if that's to, like, bring heaven to earth and help others, how are you going to do that if you don't have the resources to do that? So this is where having a wealth vibration is actually a good thing. It's not greedy, it's not evil, it is healthy. Because how can you help anyone, or even yourself, if you're a beggar on the street? You can't. So that is just stupid. So anyway, when you've organised your bills, start doing your mantras. So I'm just going to end this video here, because I've just covered how to organise your small debt first, and the next video I do will be how to multitask and do your mantras. Okay, so I hope that helps some of you that might be struggling with debt. This is a alternative spiritual solution, and they should be teaching this at school. I think there's a reason why they don't. I won't go into that, but anyway, I hope that helps you. Much love. Bye for now.